I want to talk about my 10th month anniversary of me being in New York. Okay, so I'm going to make this short and sweet and simple and straight to the point. So those of you who are trying to move to New York, don't have a lot of money saved up, and want to know how to transition from state to state, I could possibly help you, so stay tuned. Okay, so now I'm in New York. It's been 10 months and I felt that I should be able to help those who are trying to move to the Big Apple. Trust me, everything is a process, and I started off sleeping on my cousin's couch, and from there I ended up in my beautiful Brooklyn apartment with a roommate. But yeah, so I ended up leaving my job. I bought my ticket at work, working, and I was like, God, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm depending and leaning on you. I'm getting up, going to New York, and that's that. I didn't know if I was going to be here for forever, but I was like, if I find a job and everything works out in my favor, I'm gonna stay. And that's what happened. So I ended up sleeping on my cousin's couch. I ended up going to an audition for Ween Academy, trying to get in there, trying to move around and see what I wanted. Didn't get accepted, but I found a job a week later. Yes, a week later. New York is huge. You have to have a go-getter mentality. If you do not, New York will not be a good place for you. If you do not like the cold, New York will not be a good place for you. I'm just being real. You have to think about those and take that into consideration when you're trying to move. If you are scared and cannot talk to people and don't have communication skills on a level of 1,000, I don't think New York will be a good place for you. Not saying that you won't prosper elsewhere, but I just feel like you have to get up and grind and get it every single day. I do that now. So that's just a little warning. I eventually reached out to my friend named Ryan. Shout outs to Ryan, and who I met in New York, and she was like, hey, like, my roommate, best friend is sleeping on the couch. She's looking for a roommate too. And thank God, you know, I was able to look for apartments with her using Nooklin. We were on Google. We were using all of these agencies, apartment agencies and apartment hunters that were in New York, and it took about a month for us to find something in Brooklyn. You have the 5 boroughs, so if you're planning on moving to New York, you have to figure out what's best for you and what will work for you. I know Manhattan, staying in the city, Times Square, Manhattan, would not work for me because I don't have that type of money, and everything is expensive as far as groceries, as far as like everything in Manhattan is very, very expensive because it's a touristy place, and it's like everything is just like so busy. You can't drive. It's just like you really can't find a lot of peace from my experience in Manhattan. And so 5 boroughs that you can plan on moving to: Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island. You got the Bronx. And I think I named all 5 of them. And Brooklyn, if I didn't say Brooklyn. Brooklyn, yeah, I did. Brooklyn was my first one. Staten Island, the Bronx, that's 3. Queens, and I think I'm missing one, but whatever. I put it in below. If you don't know the 5 boroughs, make sure you know the 5 boroughs before you move to New York, because I ain't know the 5 boroughs. I ain't even gonna lie. But I knew I wanted to stay in Brooklyn. So we looked, searched high, looked low, finally found a perfect apartment. And also, if you're from the South like I am, it's certain stuff that I was not used to. Like my cousin, when I stayed with her for a month, she didn't have a washer and dryer in her apartment. So I was like, oh God. So I would have to take, literally, like I was in college, like pack up all my clothes in a laundry thing, put it on my backpack, walk across the street to wash my clothes. I knew that I didn't want to do that. I knew that I didn't want to do that all the time. So if you're searching for apartments in New York, you have to make sure that for one, your expenses are together, and if they don't all have to always be together. I have family that supports me on a 10 million thousand, if that's even a number. So make sure that your expenses are together. You have to make sure that, like, if you don't have a car, and if you do plan on moving your car up here, you have to have somewhere to park your car. On the street is not a good idea. So maybe you should find an apartment that has a parking garage. Also, you have to think about your surroundings. I know I'm the type of person where I'm a little bougie, like not like bougie, but like I like to walk outside into a nice area where, you know, there's nice grass or a concrete that doesn't have trash, you know, cats not everywhere, trash not thrown everywhere, and you see that a lot in New York. So I had to make sure that wherever I moved, it was going to be clean. It wasn't going to be raggedy, you know, just not to my standards. And I don't want to like be rude or anything, but like I like to live in a clean environment. So that was something that I was looking for as well. My roommate was like, I don't wash dishes, and I'm like, okay, but I do. We have to have a dishwasher. I don't want to walk to the nearest laundromat to wash my clothes. We gotta have a washer and dryer in our downstairs basement. So all of those things that you have to take into consideration when you're moving to New York, and if you have not stayed in New York and don't know what it's like to live without those things. So we found a nice, beautiful apartment, very small, and I'll give you guys a small house tour. Very, very small, but very, very convenient for both of us. We use Nooklin and a lot of other places, but if you Google like how to find, what are they called? The people that help you find apartments. It's so many people here, especially in the summer, they hunt you down like bounty hunters. Like, you will find someone to help you find an apartment. They will take you everywhere because that's how they make their money. And like real estate or something to that nature, like they love to help you find apartments. So finding an apartment would not be easy. It's just about what you want in the apartment. Like, we wanted something more modern, we wanted hardwood floors, and you know, something that was going to be essential for the both of us. And we're paying a really good price, and we have a gym, we have a washer and dryer downstairs in the basement, and we have a stainless steel everything. We also have our, what is it? I don't even use it. The little place which you wash the dishes in. I already talked about that. You have to make sure that you're close to a subway station. So if you're living outside boroughs, you can go have a straight shot to the city. Like for me, I take the A and the C. You can also take like, and that's like if you're in like Bed-Stuy area, Crown Heights, all of that area, you can take the 1, the 2, or the 3, the 1 or the 2, and that nature. That's what I was taking in Brooklyn, on the opposite side of Brooklyn where my cousin stays. So you just have to make sure that it's going to be convenient to wherever you work, because you're going to have to work in New York, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to drive your car to the city. If you do have a car, you'll probably just ride around in Brooklyn, or if you're planning on going like out of the state or somewhere else into another state, have your car for that. But me personally, I would never drive to the city, and me personally, I would never bring my car here at all, and I don't. And also groceries and products. So like I said, everything is super duper expensive, and what has worked for me in these past 10 months was using oh my gosh, why am I going blank? I don't know. Amazon and Jet. These 2 places where I buy my toiletries, napkins, all of that stuff, because it's like, once I'm done with work, I have 2 jobs. Like, I don't want to go to the grocery store in the cold, because it's cold now. I don't have to go to the grocery store with bags and holding stuff, and I don't have one of the little carts that they push, you know, when they're buying things. I don't have that. So I use Jet, which is kind of similar to Amazon. To me, I like it even better because you don't pay the Prime. It is shipped overnight. You can buy groceries, you can buy, like, literally, I literally bought my blender, just the necessities that I need for my house that I don't want to pick up, or I don't want to have to go and buy, and I just bring them here. Or I just have kind of like, I do go out and buy like toiletries and stuff, but I have people send me like care packages with like deodorant, soap, because everything here is so expensive. Like at Target, and especially in the city, like it's just super duper expensive. Like deodorant $4. Like, what? I can go to Walmart and get deodorant for $2. So you just gotta take those into consideration as well. As far as food is expensive, and food is not fresh at a lot of grocery stores here. I have found a couple of grocery stores that have worked for me, and when I do cook, because I eat out a lot, and a lot of times my job pays for my food, a lot of the times when I want to cook, I want fresh fruit and fresh produce. So I have to find a good supermarket here, and Trader Joe's works for me. It's very cheap, and it's also very convenient to where I stay. And also I'll just get an Uber with a friend and go to Trader Joe's and Uber back home if I need something like ASAP, or if I'm just trying to like go to the store. Other people experience the nightlife in the city in Manhattan is like the nightlife in Vegas is like on an extreme level of like just a lot of celebrities and the whole nine. But I'm more of a let's go to a bar, let's go smoke hookah, let's have a couple of drinks, and let's go back home type of girl. Brunch, oh my gosh, they consider brunch here like they consider like dinner, or like, no, brunch, just know if you're a sociable person, brunch is going to take your money. Every weekend, every Sunday, every Saturday, there are brunch parties. New York consider brunch to be like a top scale. I don't even know what to compare brunch to here. Brunch is like a wedding here. Like, they do brunch all the time. Let's go to brunch, let's go to brunch, let's go to brunch. Save your coins. I got here and was like working and just was going to brunch all the time, and I'm like, I can't do this all the time. Like, either y'all gonna come to my house, or y'all gonna have to pay for brunch for me. Like, I can't keep doing this, honey. So if you move to New York and you are a sociable person like I am, no, brunch is going to be on the menu, okay? Brunch on the menu, okay? Things to do, like I said, bars. Brooklyn has like a lot of nice bars. Like, I love Brooklyn as far as it just being convenient, and as far as it being like a rural area. It's more rural to me. And right now I can't think of like all the not like bars, but it's like you can go like a couple of blocks over and like I keep saying like, it's so much stuff to do. Or just go 2 or 3 stops down to Hoyt Schermerhorn Street, whatever. I'll put it down below. Just go to like some of those areas and you'll have just a good time going to a small little bar, going out to eat with your friends, etc. Museums. It's always something to do here in New York. Tourists are always in the city, and sometimes don't get to go outside of the city, and it's so much nicer. I just feel like when people come to New York, they only experience Manhattan, but it's so much other stuff to do. Like I said, the other 5 boroughs and things to explore is always so much fun. Like, I pretty much cover everything that needs to be covered. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my Instagram is IAM_TE_Marie, and you can always just message under this video. So thumbs on my video. Let me know if you guys want me to post more about my New York journey, or even about production. I can literally do videos about production. I am out of here. I have 2 meetings to go to. So, peace.
I told y'all.